morning. It is Monday, October 9th, 2023, and it's time for a reality check. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Lizabeth, and I am living in the light by documenting my 153-pound weight loss. And I have used Optavia's 5-in-1 program, and I am now about starting this week, week 3 of the transition program. So I come on each week, almost every week, and record a reality check where I've shared my weight loss along the way, how many inches I've lost along the way, things that I've learned, tips and tricks, just trying to support people who are also on a journey to better health. And so I have posted these almost every week. If you have not subscribed already, if you could hit the subscribe button, and that way you can get notified when I post videos. I don't post as often as I used to. Life just gets really busy. I do hope to be able to get some more. I have a few Fun with Fuelings videos actually in the can that I just need to edit and get those posted. I don't eat as many Fuelings as I used to now that I'm on transition, but I do have some of those, and I will still be doing some healthy lean and green recipes along with some other weight loss and healthy living tips and tricks. But even if you don't want to subscribe, if everyone would just please give this video a thumbs up. It really is just a very easy way to support me, support my channel, encourage other people so that they can see these videos, especially if you know and you want to help others on their journey to lose weight or to be healthy. Seeing videos like this can be very helpful. So hit that thumbs up button. It gives me a little bit of encouragement as well. So I would really appreciate if you would do that. So last week was transition week 2. So I finished on September 25th. I started the transition process. I had decided that that was the end of just following the 5-in-1 at that point. So up to that point, I had been having 5 of Optavia's Fuelings every day and 1 lean and green meal, which is 5 to 7 ounces of lean protein and 3 servings of vegetables. And so I had done that for 66 weeks. And a few weeks before that, I had decided to give myself just a hard date instead of a weight as the time when I was actually going to stop. And so September 25th was the first day of my transition into basically healthy living. The transition process is a 6-week process where you gradually increase your calories, reintroduce some things back into your eating plan. And so if you were to add up the calories for the 5 Fuelings and the average lean and green meal, it totals about 900 calories. And that's what I was eating each day. In transition week 1, I added in an extra cup of vegetables. So that's basically 2 half-cup servings of vegetables. And I chose, the first day, I actually did it all with my lunchtime meal, and it was just made me very full. So I decided I would split that up. You wouldn't think, I said this last week, you wouldn't think that a cup of vegetables would do a whole lot, but it really is a lot when you haven't eaten that much prior to that. And so I divided it up over 2 different Fuelings, and that seemed to work really well. This past week, I added in a cup of fruit. So I had not had fruit in 67 weeks. And so I added a cup of fruit and I dropped a Fueling. So I'm down to 4 Fuelings. And this past week was a cup of fruit, which I just basically removed the first Fueling that I had been having and just did a cup of fruit then, and things seemed to go really well. I don't believe I had any troubles. I didn't feel extra full. I didn't feel extra hungry. No matter what program you're on, you're going to have days, it's just human nature, days where you feel a little hungrier than normal, or days where you just don't really feel like eating. It doesn't matter whether you're trying to lose weight or not. Our bodies just do that. And so I did have a couple of days where I was a little bit hungrier, but I didn't notice that it was any different than anything else. And so I got on the scale this morning. I'm really hoping to continue to lose as I go through transition because I'm still eating fewer calories than my body needs to maintain weight. And so I should still be burning fat as I go through this transition process. And so let me show you how I did this week. So this morning is cause for some great celebration. First of all, I lost 1.8 pounds, so that's really good. It's about what I lost last week. I think it was 1.4 or 1.6 last week, 1.8 this week. That is very reassuring to me that I actually lost a little bit more this week than I did last week, which means I'm not really slowing down in my weight loss. I'm going to continue to lose. Very, very reassuring. But the very best thing, if you notice the total on there and the big word in the middle, I hit my goal. My goal was to lose 153 pounds. I wanted to go back to my pre-baby weight from 32 years ago. So shout out to my oldest. She doesn't do social media. She's definitely not on Facebook. She's sometimes on Instagram. I don't know if she ever watches my YouTube videos, but if you do, I love you, Allie. I love you, Sarah. But prior to, I am down to just below the weight that I was when I got pregnant with her. So that was following being on Nutrisystem for a while. And so when I found out I was pregnant, I stopped doing Nutrisystem. So I am below the weight that I was when I got pregnant with her, which is really exciting. So I've lost all my baby weight 32 years later. Really excited to be at that goal and just a little bit below that goal, which is exciting. If I can take off another 5 to 10 pounds in the next 8 weeks or so, hopefully by Christmas, I'll be like exactly where I want to be. That will give me a little bit of breathing room. I'm giving myself about a 10-pound window. So if I can lose 10 pounds, that would be great so that I have that little fluctuation. But I'm at a weight right now that I am not going to allow my body to ever go over again. This is my absolute highest weight. And if I can stay about 10 pounds below, I will feel really great about that. I think I've said this before, my goal weight is definitely not what the BMI chart says I should weigh, still considered overweight. However, what doctors might consider overweight and what I consider overweight are different. What the number on the scale doesn't matter so much, it's more about how I feel. And I really feel comfortable. I feel happy that I can go into a store and I can find clothes, and like anybody else, there are clothes that will look good and clothes that won't look good, clothes that will fit and clothes that won't fit. But I can go into any store and find clothes and I can try things on and not feel stressed about it. And so that is one thing that is really important to me, that I have energy, that I want to be active, that I want to do things, that I don't want to hide in a corner in my room and not let anybody see me. Those days are gone and I feel so much more confident. And to me, that is so important. I am blessed, and I have said this before, I am blessed that I am a relatively healthy person. I don't have medical conditions. I don't have high blood pressure. I don't have diabetes. I don't have any of those. I don't have knee, back, joint pains. I don't have a lot of issues that come with obesity, and I am very grateful for that. And I'm grateful that I took the bull by the horns before it was too late, before I developed those problems that were not solvable. And so I feel like I am in a really great position. I feel strong. I feel confident that I am following a program, that I have learned what my body needs. And I've learned that if I gain 5 pounds, I know exactly how to take it off in a way that is going to work and that I'm not going to be stressed about it. So I'm really excited about that. Really happy at my progress and where I am. And I'm looking forward to week 3 of transition. So last week in week 2, I dropped a fueling and added the fruit. So this week, still using 4 fuelings. So last week, the first fueling that I dropped was typically the bar, the cereal, the cinnamon sugar sticks. So those were the ones that I typically had as my first fueling. So those I'm done with. I am down to 4 fuelings, which is the oatmeal. I like either one of those. The potatoes, which I make into soup, or the wild rice chicken soup, I do that one. I do either a waffle or a muffin out of the pancake and shake. I mix those together and do 2 of those. So I do 1 on one day and I have 1 for each of the next 2 days. And then my 4th fueling right now is the brownie or the chocolate chip cookie. So I have those are my 4 right now. The next one that I drop will be the shake pancake thing, which is will be next week. But this week, I'm still sticking with those 4 fuelings. I'm adding a cup of dairy. So what I have decided to do is a half cup of dairy and a half cup of fruit as my very first fueling. So I'm moving a half of a cup of the fruit then to my oatmeal that I have as fueling number 2. So fueling number 1, half cup of yogurt, half cup of fruit. Fueling number 2 is the Optavia oatmeal and a half a cup of fruit. Fueling number 3 is the potato or wild rice chicken soup and a half a cup of vegetables. Fueling number 4 is going to be I'm trying to think of how I'm doing this, is going to be the pancake shake waffle and another half cup of vegetables. I still have a half a cup of dairy, and so I might do the half cup of dairy there, or I might do the half cup of dairy with the soup, which it's going to be like a little container of cottage cheese. So it's going to be with one of those 2 fuelings. I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to do that. I might do it with number 3 just so I'm not so full to do my lean and green. And then fueling number 6 will be the brownie or chocolate chip cookie. And I know there are people who have said they take the Chobani or the Too Good yogurt and they mix in the brownie or the chocolate chip cookie into that yogurt and eat that. I'm just not sure if I want to have that many calories right before I go to bed. So I'm just considering that, because that's going to be the brownie is like almost 100 calories, or is 100 calories, and the yogurt is 60 calories. So I'm used to only having 100 calories right before bed. This would up it to 160. I don't know. I might try that and see what happens, just to kind of spread things out. It's a balancing act. It is educating myself and learning how to provide my body enough fuel that it needs in order to burn and still be able to burn some fat at the same time, because I do still want to lose a little more weight. So that's what I'm working on. That also reminds me, recently, a couple of weeks ago, somebody had commented, and I can't remember if I've talked about this already in a reality check. Somebody had commented on a transition post that either I had made or somebody else had made, that you shouldn't still be losing weight while you're in transition and maintenance. You lose weight when you eat fewer calories than your body burns, right? That's just how it works. That's how you lose weight. If your goal in the end is to be eating calories at a level where your body can maintain that weight, while you're in transition and the first part of maintenance, you're still eating below that amount. So you should still be losing weight. You shouldn't be maintaining your weight as soon as you go into transition. I also wanted to say how important it is for those of you who are, and it doesn't matter what weight loss program you're on, if you have been restricting your calories and you're trying to lose weight and you reach that goal, please do not immediately go back to or even immediately go to your maintenance level of calories. You need to gradually work your way back up there. Otherwise, your body is just going to go berserk. You have to gradually transition yourself. And I think that's where a lot of us really fail. I can't tell you how many people have commented on posts on Facebook. Well, I did the 5 and 1 and I reached my goal, and then I just went to the 3 and 3. Like, they just immediately went to basically maintenance without transitioning. People, you have to take it slow. You have to gradually get back to where your body is going to be able to maintain its weight loss. You can't just dump everything on top of your body and expect it to be able to survive. I mean, think about it when, you know, it snows. If it's snowing very lightly, you can keep the sidewalk clear. But if it starts snowing a foot an hour, you can't keep up with it. And that's basically what you're doing if you go from eating 900 calories to eating 1,600 calories in a week. You're dumping all of that snow on your sidewalk, and there's no way your body can keep up with it. It's impossible. So please, it's just use some common sense. And I'm not saying you're not, but it makes sense, so much sense to me, that you have to be gradual. You have to be gentle with your body and introduce things slowly. The one other thing I wanted to say before I'm done is that thinking ahead about maintenance, because that's really important to me, is to plan ahead and be thinking, making plans so that it doesn't catch me off guard, is how am I going to track what I'm eating to make sure. So I have a couple of ways that I wanted to share with you. First of all, a couple of months ago, I got a Fitbit. I actually bought it off of my daughter-in-law's brother. So he's kind of my son-in-law, but not really. But shout out to Christian and Sydney, who got engaged this weekend. That's really exciting. So I'm really excited for you guys. But Christian sold me his Fitbit that he didn't wear. And I've been using it, absolutely love it. It tracks all my steps. I actually am getting more steps than I thought I was getting, because I was basically using my phone, and I didn't always have my phone with me. So this is much better, and it tracks some other things. But one of the other features of it is I can track my water and I can track my food. And so I started yesterday, and I'm going to get into the habit of entering what I eat into there, because it calculates the calories that I take in as well as the calories that I am burning, which is really great. The other one is an app that I am trying out on my phone. It's called Prosper, and I think it's POS.PRE. I think that's how it's spelled. And it is also a food tracker. It will calculate macros, which is important for me to be checking my carbohydrates versus protein versus fat. I know carbohydrates are a big thing for me, and I don't do keto. I don't do fake sugars. I don't even like stevia or monk fruit. Like I can't do those at all. I just don't like them. So keto is not really on my horizon. Plus, I don't think keto is really healthy. I think there's far too much fat in a keto diet that's good for humans. That's my personal opinion. But it is important for me to keep my carbohydrates lower, and I have found that this is probably one of the reasons why Optavia has worked so well for me, because it is a lower carb program, but it is not a no carb or low carb. It's still, you have about 100 grams of carbs a day on the weight loss portion. So that one also, but that nice thing about that one is I can scan barcodes and it finds things very easily. So I'm trying those two things out to kind of see how they work. I'll keep you posted on that, but I'm really excited about week 3. Next week, we are headed to the beach for a week. So my reality check, if I do one next week, will be from the beach. We'll see. I might just pop in and do a live or something because I'm not sure how things are going to play out. I want to enjoy my time at the beach. So we'll see if you get something or not. And yeah, I'm looking forward to a little bit of a break. But this week is business as usual. No teaching this week because it's fall break for the kids, but I still have to grade papers. And it's going to be a great week. I will miss my granddaughter because they are at the beach this week. And then we go to the beach next week. So it's going to be like 2.5 weeks before I see her. It's going to kill this Zazzie's heart. But I'll make it, and it'll be a sweet reunion when I get to see her in a couple of weeks. All right, so you guys have a great week. Please leave me comments in the comments box down below. Let me know what struggles you're having, how I can help you. I just want to encourage people and support them on their weight loss journey, no matter what they do. Whether you're on Weight Watchers or Whole30 or keto or Optavia or whatever you're doing, if you need somebody to cheer you on, please let me know because I'm your girl. I'm here to help you. And until I see you next time, please live in the light.